On today's Smart 7, early local election counting looks bad for Rishi, Ed Sheeran's not quitting music after all, and lots more. It's Friday the 5th of May, it's Cinco de Mayo, and happy birthday Adele.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Thursday saw 230 councils up for grabs as Britain went to the polls for the first local elections since 2019. Back then, Theresa May was Prime Minister, Brexit wasn't done, and we'd never heard of COVID. Simpler times. Labour won the key Stoke-on-Trent council early in the night, a key target for them, and the wins kept on coming across the country with what looks like an 8% swing to Labour. Baroness Anderson says the Stoke win means a lot.
I think it means everything. It means that people are prepared to listen to us again, and we had lost that right in 2019. I think it means they've forgiven us for having Jeremy Corbyn as leader of the Labour Party, and they are prepared to listen to Keir Starmer. He's done an extraordinary job of turning our party around.
Northern Ireland Secretary Chris Heaton-Harris was being pretty pragmatic about the outlook for the Tories.
We've had a few choppy moments, but we're rebuilding and trying to win the trust of the British people. And unfortunately, there will be some very good Conservative councillors that do lose their seats.
It's not clear yet whether the new photo ID rules impacted turnout, but Labour's Wes Streeting says that one disenfranchised vote is too many.
One eligible voter turned away and disenfranchised is one too many, and it remains to be seen whether or not this has had a significant impact.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made an unexpected stop on Thursday as he headed to the Netherlands to visit the International Criminal Court in The Hague. It's the permanent international tribunal responsible for prosecuting war crimes, and it's already issued a warrant for President Putin's arrest over crimes committed during the Ukraine war, including forced deportation of children. However, Russia doesn't recognise the court, and President Zelensky says a special tribunal may be needed.
Of course, we all want to see different Vladimir here. In The Hague, the one who deserves to be sentenced for these criminal actions right here.
Russia, meanwhile, was busy accusing the US of masterminding the drone attack on the Kremlin as it launched a wave of retaliatory drone attacks across Ukraine. The US denies any involvement in the Kremlin strike, calling it a ludicrous claim, and Ukrainian MP Kira Rudik said it's clearly a Russian attempt to divert attention from its losses.
It is not in our interest to have something like this, and our concentration is to make sure that we win at the battlefield. Russia, however, did not have any major victory at the battlefield since the last September.
Saturday sees the world's longest internship come to a formal end as King Charles III celebrates his official coronation. It's set to be a day of pomp and ceremony with the crowning of Charles and Camilla at Westminster Abbey, parades, a flyby, and on Sunday a big lunch and coronation concert. Leader of the House of Commons Penny Mordaunt says that even with the traditional elements, it'll still have something for everyone.
The monarchy survives and persists because it adapts and it changes. In this coronation, yes, it is going to be royal and marvellous and mystical and spiritual and everything that you would expect it to be, but it will be modern as well.
King Charles is also going to become the official head of the Commonwealth, which comprises 15 nations, including Canada, New Zealand, Australia and Jamaica. But the big question is how long more the Commonwealth might last, as the senior Jamaican government minister Marlene Malahu Forte says it's time for Jamaica to look at becoming a republic.
We have to have a referendum, and we have a slow and complicated process in the Constitution itself, but the people of Jamaica are saying time has come. Jamaican in Jamaican hands.
Thursday evening saw a Washington court find 4 members of the Proud Boys group guilty of seditious conspiracy over the January the 6th insurrection. The group, including leader Enrique Tarrio, could face up to 50 years in prison, and it's another piece of the puzzle for Jack Smith, the special prosecutor investigating Trump. Trump famously told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by during the 2020 presidential debates. The civil rape trial brought by writer E. Jean Carroll against Trump is continuing in New York, and although the former president hasn't attended court as yet, he was angrily ranting about the case while in Ireland on his golf course.
It's a disgrace that it's allowed to happen. It's called false accusations against a famous, rich, and political person. And I have to go back for a woman that made a false accusation about me, and I'm going to confront this one. This woman is a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed to happen in our country.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Ed Sheeran wins in New York and a royal alternative from Bridgerton. Right after this.
This Mother's Day, don't forget to celebrate Mom for everything she does with a bouquet from 1-800-Flowers.com. Right now, when you order early at 1-800-Flowers, you can get $25 off 2 dozen assorted roses, plus a free vase. Moms deserve the best, so 1-800-Flowers only lets the most beautiful roses make it off their farms and to her door. Lock in your order for guaranteed Mother's Day delivery at 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.
Welcome back.
Thursday night saw Brighton play host to Man United. Brighton's had a solid season and started the day in 8th place. Man United sat in 4th and knew that a win was essential to keep the pressure on Newcastle in 3rd. Things didn't go to plan though, and it wasn't until the 98th minute that a penalty saw Brighton win the game. Manager Roberto De Zerbi was particularly delighted to win that day after their FA Cup loss on penalties to United just 2 weeks ago.
I think there is a god of football, because we deserved to win in semi-final and we lost in penalty, and today we won fraud, one penalty for us. I think we played better than United.
It's a big week for Ed Sheeran. His Disney Plus documentary just dropped, his album drops on Friday, and his new US tour starts on Saturday. Oh, and he's been in court all week battling with the writers of Marvin Gaye's song Let's Get It On. They claimed that Ed's Thinking Out Loud was modelled on the 60s classic, but Ed was having none of it, even threatening to quit music if he lost. So, mixed news for music fans, I guess, as Ed won his case and spoke to reporters outside.
We've spent the last 8 years talking about 2 songs with dramatically different lyrics, melodies and 4 chords which are also different and used by songwriters every day all over the world. They are in a songwriter's alphabet, our toolkit, and should be there for all of us to use. No one owns them, or the way they are played, in the same way that nobody owns the colour blue.
This weekend could have quite a lot of royal content on your TV, but if you're looking for something that has better dialogue and probably more flair, can we suggest Queen Charlotte? No, it's not a plot by Prince William to install his daughter on the throne. It's the Bridgerton prequel/spin-off that focuses on the rise of the Netflix Queen. It's been getting great reviews and it's probably quite a bit funnier than the official coronation. It's on Netflix right now.
I need to know what is going on at Buckingham House. Your marriage cannot go wrong. What's happening?
I do not want to fight.
I want to fight with you. Fight with me. Fight for me. Your Majesty, your focus should be your country. You are our queen.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.